and welcome to the Queensland Premier Grade Rugby competition. We're here for round 5 at the wonderful Chipseywood Oval, where we have South hosting East. Now this afternoon we're bringing you the action here, and we're also bringing you GPS's first game of the round over at Yockie Road, which you can view via redsrugby.com.au. Now, in 2015, the grand final was fought between these two teams, South and East, and South, the underdogs, overcame a very, very strong and rated East side to take out the championship competition. So the big thing that came from that was we have a very big rivalry between these two teams, and the rivalry that it sparked between these two teams has continued on, and today we've got another chapter of it unfolding here. So both clubs, they're sitting outside the top 4. East secured 2 convincing wins over Brothers and Norths before falling to an informed Sunnybank in round 4, and they also lost there the Rick Tyrrell Cup. South started off the season with a draw against Sunnybank and have only collected a 1 win over Bond in round 4. So it's been not the best start for both teams, but we have had a break in Easter, so let's recap on what's happened in round 4. Before the break, here's the roundup.
G'day, I'm Jay Bohr Staunton. Welcome to The Breakdown. This is the show where we preview and review every fixture for Queensland Premier Rugby, as well as bring you all the news and highlights. We saw some great footy over the weekend, all across Queensland, so let's kick it over and have a look at the scores. In the Northside derby, Brothers played host to Norths at Crosby Park and got up 22 points to 21 in a hard-fought battle. East and Sunnybank played for the Rick Tyrrell Cup, with Sunnybank coming away victors 41 points to 14 over the Tigers. Bond travelled up the M1 to take on South at Chipseywood Oval, going down 32 points to 12. And in our game of the round, Uni played host to Jeeps, and unfortunately for Jeeps, they went down 15 points to 28. We also saw our first ever Women's Super Saturday Showdown out at Sunnybank. It was a massive success, with a huge crowd turning out and showing their support and cheering on the girls. Let's have a look at the results from the day. The first match of the day saw Redlands get up 71 points to 7 over Jeeps. In round 2, West went down 22 points to 5 to Helensvale. In round 3, Brothers got up 21 points to 15 over Logan. And in the final round, Uni went down to Sunnybank in a hard-fought fixture, 14 points to 12. Now obviously, there's no fixtures this weekend just due to the Easter break, but we'll be picking up all the action again the following weekend. West will travel out to Ashgrove to take on Jeeps at Yoku Road, with Norths playing host to UQ at Nunda. South will play host to East out at Chipseywood Oval, with Bond travelling up the M1 again to take on Sunnybank at Old Mac Oval. Now my personal highlight from this week goes to the Ballymore kid himself, Junior Lalawifi. He walked away with a hat-trick of tries, but it was his second effort against the Tigers, where he absolutely skinned the defence, that gets my pick. Check it out. A reminder again, there's no fixtures this weekend due to the Easter break, but as always, support grassroots rugby, head out to your local rugby club, or tune into the live and free coverage of the 2017 Queensland Premier Rugby season. See you guys next week.
Well, absolutely fantastic stuff there from Jay Bohr, giving us the wrap-up of round number 4. Let's have a look at the table now. And at the top of the table, as we've already seen, University of Queensland unbeaten so far after 4 rounds, sitting on 14 points. Sunnybank sitting in second on 12. And then Jeeps and Brothers both on 10 points, sitting in third and fourth. Now, the big thing about today's competition is East and South, they're sitting just outside the top 4. East on 8, South on 6 respectively, and it's going to be a very, very tight game day. There are some big names back down playing in both teams, obviously with the Reds having a bye before their encounter against the Waratahs next week. But during the week, ahead of today's game, Red TV caught up with the South captain Paul Brown, and let's see what he had to say ahead of the game.
Queensland Premier Rugby returns for round 5 this Saturday. In the game of the round, we'll see the next chapter in the rivalry between Souths and Easts unfold at Chipseywood.
Yeah, obviously stems back to that 2015 grand final. Not too many people gave us a chance, and we just went on some sort of miraculous run towards the back end of that season and managed to get managed to get the win against them in the final, and ever since then it's been tit for tat. Every time we've played them, it's either been they've won and we've won. So it's and I expect this week to be no different in terms of the physicality and the contest and probably a bit of emotion out there, because they don't like to say it much, but I'm pretty sure that there'll still be some sort of ill feelings from that final. The thing with East, and I guess the beauty of this competition, is that every week is going to be a tough game, and it'll be a rivalry in one way, shape or form. But with East, like I remember last year, we played them towards the back end of our round, and they were very much in the rebuilding phase and missing a few key guys, and they beat us here at home, and they hadn't been travelling too well, and they come here and they put us to the sword. So I expect nothing different. Whoever puts on that East jersey, that they're here to play, and you got to front up physically, and then obviously the mind games, and I'm sure that might be bolstered this week by a few Reds, so make it all the more interesting.
Souths are determined to get their season back on track after a mixed start to the year, recording just the one win over Bond after drawing with Sunnybank in round one.
Look, it's been probably a bit of an indifferent start for us, and probably not too dissimilar to 2015. Obviously, we drew first up against Sunnybank, and we had 2 losses on the trot, and then bounced back to one against Bond. It's probably not the way we would have liked to start, because we don't want to leave ourselves too much work to do come the back end of the season, but it's good to get off the mark, and we're hoping to just build on that consistency over the next 4-week block, and we know it's going to be a tough few games.
Round 5 will see the Premier Rugby clubs pay tribute to Australia's servicemen and women, both past and present, ahead of Anzac Day, and the significance of the occasion is not lost on the players.
Mate, I guess the importance is never understated. We're here for a large part due to our military men and women who have obviously donned that uniform. So we do a real good job here at South in terms of paying tribute to those that have gone before us, and those who are currently serving the country, both here and abroad.
Great stuff there from Paul Brown. And we're going to come here now back to the commentary box, and joining me today is J-Ball Staunton. J-Ball, how are we going today?
Very well, as always, Marty. How you doing?
I am absolutely fantastic. Now, we know each round today is rivalry round for Premier Rugby, but when you come up against your closest neighbour, does that take the nature of the match to another level?
It always does. I mean, that they, as you said, they are the closest 2 clubs to each other, and East would be absolutely smarting as a result of that grand final loss a couple of years ago, and they're looking to bounce back, obviously not having the best season last year, and they'll be looking to really take it to South today.
So, and also with Anzac Day taking place next Tuesday, each of the Premier Rugby clubs will pause to commemorate our service, men and women, both past and present this afternoon, and ahead of kickoff here at the Nest, we'll leave you with the Anzac ceremony Souths have put together. And another thing to talk about, J-Ball, is that today is the first home game. Obviously, the family has attended at South here of Tiny Betts. Obviously, Tiny Betts, with many other guys, was one of the founding members of the South Rugby Club when clubs had to merge back in 1948. You'll find some of his jerseys sitting here in the clubhouse still, and he was, I think, a major influential character around this club, and he got to know everyone that came here. So, Souths have got a bit more to play for today than just trying to get a win for the home ground. They've lost a really prominent figure in the club, but I guess his legacy is going to live on for years to come.
Very much so. I mean, anyone you talk to from South, all they say is he was the world's nicest bloke. Played a handful of tests for the Wallabies, 10 or so years for Queensland. He's a life member of the QRU himself, so he's a very good guy, and it's very good to be able to remember him.
And we're going now into the field for our Anzac ceremony. A fitting way to tribute those who have served our nation. Now, before action gets underway here at Chipsy Wood Oval, let's quickly run through the team list for today. J-Boy, take us through who's taking to the field for Souths.
At loose head prop, we've got Eric Tiafilo and Michael Bass at tight head prop. In hooker, Maeli Nyamo. In the second row, Declan Dinnan, Matthew Bennett. In the back row, we have Brucey Williamson, Samana Halofanua, and at number 8, Caleb Timu. In the halves, we've got Scott Malalua and Jake Milne. On the wings, Mika Teller and Keegan Sefton. The skipper, Paul Brown, in the centres with Rafael Ivalu. And at fullback, Nico Bueta.
Awesome, and we go across and we're going to have a look at East. At number 1 is Richie Asiata. Number 2, Andrew Reddy. Number 3, Kerwin Sunday. Number 4, Tyrrell Barker. Number 5, Isaac Rodder. And number 6, Tom Milicevic. Number 7, Michael Gunn. Number 8, Tyrone Pritchard. At number 9, Billy Thompson. Number 10, Logan Tibbetts. Number 11, Navi Tico. Number 12 is Alfonso Horomia. At number 13, Eric Fruin. And number 14, Charlie Olsen. And number 15, fullback, is David Yabsley. Coaches for Souths are Ella Takiri, and for East it is Anthony Connellan. And we got it all out in time just for the kickoff, Jable.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be a barn burner.
Paul. East with the kickoff, running to the north. East kicking just in front of the South 22. Malua from the back, works it down to the far side.
Turn back!
Bit of a kick there for exit. But it won't find the line. East coming now for a response.
Roll tackler! Pass me, have it on line, Bishop! Got first, got first!
East, they do well to get it out of the back there. Thompson's got it in hand. He walks down the far side, finds Reddy. East.
Advantage is over 9.
Going to work very hard here to get out of their 40-metre line. Oh, and that's a great run by Isaac Rodder. Thompson swings it out. Tibbetts will take it into contact. Thompson from the back. Here is Rodder again. He's moving well down the field here. Ready, juggles it, manages to hold on, but it'll be taken down by Timu. He's doing well. They'll find themselves on the other side of the South's 40-metre line. Through the hands, we've got some open space, and striding away, it'll be Milicevic. He'll offload, but it's going to be knocked on, and it'll be a South scrum there. Very fortunate knock on there for South J-Ball.
Mate, the East have just come out with a massive amount of intent in this game. That was absolutely immense to be able to come through and just within a few phases, they're now down inside the South 22.
And as we just saw there, it is Jordan Way refereeing today's match.
A kickoff, another half metre. Yeah. It was close, okay?
It'll be really interesting to see what happens at scrum time here. South has obviously got the size in regards to the size of their blokes, but East themselves have got 3 Reds players in their forward pack, so it'll be interesting to see who can get up here.
Big scrum from East. They're pushing South's back, but South will get the ball out just. A little bit of a run there from Paul Brown, whom we heard from earlier in the broadcast. And now Souths. Some very fancy footwork from Jake Milne. And he'll get the clearance kick. And it'll be an East line out just outside the South 22. So very dominant opening passage of play here from East, J-Ball.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do here as well, because obviously they've got the size in the South forward pack. It'll be interesting to see if they actually try to maul through them here, set a good base, and then get their backs through the inner channels.
There was a good throw by Reddy, but they couldn't quite complete it line out, and it'll be a knock-on advantage going to Souths. We'll come back to the knock-on from the top of the line now.
Let's go, another big scrum, boys. Let's go. Come on, boys.
Okay, man. I thought it was on the ball.
I think we're going to see a really big scrum here from the East boys again. They got the wood on in the last scrum. Michael Bass here at tight head for South has really got to bury deep to try and dig Richie Asiata out of here, but I think they're going to really put a big 88 through here.
Seconds. Let's go, Ricky. Hold us, boys. Sit.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Strong, Rick.
Lua taps and he'll feed the ball. From the back. Good run there from Brown, the captain. He'll work it over the 22.
25, stop, 2.
Another good kick there from Jake Milne.
Now. Off the knees.
It'll go downtown. Find Navi Tico. East going to start the grind again, working their way back down towards the South's try line. Some zesty passing.
Yep. Play.
And Andrew Reddy there, missing the tackle. Oh, but this is a fantastic run from Weta. Weta will get brought down. Great work from East.
Advantage, no clear release.
South, they've got the advantage. Here's Milne. Milne puts a kick in, but it will come back.
You'll find the
penalty.
man next to you, no clear release.
So a good opportunity here for South's J-Ball. They're going to kick for the line. They're going to go for the line out. What do you think the play is going to look like?
They're definitely going to maul it here. I mean, it's South's bread and butter. They've got the big boys. They'll set a quick line out, and I think they'll try and drive through as quick as they can. They'll probably try and hit Paul Brown and the centres there to set a platform and start rolling through from there. But obviously, East pride themselves on having a good set piece here, so I wouldn't be surprised seeing Isaac Miller, Australian under-20s, Reds debutant this year. He'll try and spoil it as best as he possibly can.
South's fake goes to the back. It's a wild
Backwards.
throw, and it looks like that'll be a knock-on off the hands of Jake Milne. And it wasn't, lineup didn't come together there for South J-Ball.
No, look, it was a bit sloppy actually. It looked like the timing was off a bit, so I don't know if Elliot Takiri, the head coach of South, is going to be too stoked with that performance straight up. But it's one thing that they've got to get right today: set piece. If they don't, East will absolutely hit them.
Yeah, I've got the choice. This is your most favourable side, yes.
Seconds in.
Caleb, come this way, Caleb.
East have been very effective in the scrum thus far.
Bind.
Time to see if they can continue dominance.
Set.
Jordan Way out there reffing the match. Great inside run there from Horomia. Tibbetts kicks it down the field, but all he'll find is Nico Bueta. Now Nico Bueta, he'll put in a bit of a flat kick himself. He's looking for territory.
All on.
It's going to bounce, and it's going to roll. Won't find the line. Off the left boot there, East will kick for exit, and the ball will fall just on their side, just in front of the 40-metre line on the east side of the field.
I think we're going to see a lot of kicking today. Jake Milne and Logan Tibbetts, both really good kickers of the ball. Really tactical kicking game they'll sort of unleash on each other today. So I think they're going to plug the corners a lot today.
The throw by Mano. Inside ball. Alaifonua offloads it to Tiafilo. Here they come down the far side. Skips out. Oh, and he was looking for that crossfield kick to try find a bit of an interception run from Sefton Keegan. Keegan Sefton, I beg your pardon.
I think that really shows the intent of South. You've got to try and really punch it up through Paul Brown. Having Jake Milne at 10 is a really big bonus. Great player, but having Paul Brown, your skipper, at 12 there, they've got a lot of short balls, punch it up through there. And Halafanua went straight through.
Ready. Bullets out to the back of the line out on the 15-metre line. Precision. And another busting run from Horomia, making his presence known, but that's some great defence by Halafanua.
Stay last feet.
East pressure's on. They're inside the 22. They're going to look for the exit. And Horomia will take the kick. Won't find line. Bit of an awkward bounce, but he'll recover it. East now down the far side. Here they go. Thompson off the back. Oh, a little bit of a dummy there from the prop. Showing some very fancy footwork there, Richie Asiata. Good run here from the captain, Tyrell Barker. Thompson.
Roll 5.
Offloads it to David Yabsley. Here's Rodder. Scrambling for every metre he can find. Thompson from the back goes to the short side. South, they're moving up quick in defence. Kerwin Sande. Offloads it, good hands. Down the far side, there goes Charlie Olsen. And South, advantage has been given.
No advantage. 9, you can't be reaching in there as we've got a contest.
There'll be a penalty against Billy Thompson there, hands in the ruck.
You can't then be reaching and playing the ball.
Fantastic effort by the bigger boys from South to get back there. They came back, went through the gate, charged straight through and got that turnover. So looks like they're sucking in the big ones having to do so, guys like Michael Bass, but that's the sort of stuff they're going to have to do because this East team is electric and they'll probably get a bit of distance on those outer channels on the wings there.
Well, you were talking about the kicking game earlier, J-Bor, and it seems so far, we've only had 10 minutes. But there's been a lot of kicks in this 10 minutes. We've seen a lot of attempts for line. There's been a lot of pressure on kickers within their 22s. So both teams playing very aggressive.
Yeah, it's a bit of a breezy day, so you'll see that I think they're really going to try and capitalise on it as best as they possibly can by plugging those channels.
Great line out there. Bennett takes it. South, but that's going to be intercepted. A loose pass, and the first try of the match will go to the number 12, Alfonso Horomia of East. They have drawn first blood in the 11th minute.
It looked like it was all in a bit of slow motion there. It looked almost as if Horomia, the move was set up for him to get that intercept. They just dragged their heels a bit, and it landed right on his chest as he just ran straight through.
We have a look at the double take replay here. It was a good job from Matthew Bennett. They're sending it through the hands, but a very quick and a very switched on East defensive line there. Pursued the ball and they found the intercept quite comfortably with Horomia going across. And now it is going to be a conversion in front of the post. So not the best start for South, but East are definitely looking like they're hungry for points today, J-Ball.
Yeah, East, I think looking at the season thus far, I think anybody at South would say, that they've been a bit subpar, a few issues with ill discipline, stuff like that, but that's not the start they would have wanted. It looks like they're almost, trying to feel the game a bit too much, and East are the ones that have had all the build thus far.
Well, the interesting thing was last season for East and Premier Grade, beginning of the season didn't start too well, injuries and players missing and the whatnot, but they really started showing some fantastic form at the back end of the 2016 season, and it was just a little bit not enough, and it didn't get them into the finals. But this year, vastly different. They've got a lot of fresh blood in Tigerland, and it's starting to show because they're playing some good rugby after 4 rounds. We'll come to the game, and it's going to be a good take by Navi Tico.
Tackle only.
Thompson. Oh, that's a great run from Michael Gunn. Oh, but a quick flick pass. It'll go backwards. Ready again with safe hands. They're going down the short side, keeping it simple, run it through the hands. And that's another great run there from Richie Asiata. East running some very good lines off their players. Very menacing for a South's defence. Ready.
Let's go, hold it.
Passes going left, right and centre. The front row getting heavily involved. And there's Michael Gunn again. Advantage to East here. against South for not rolling away.
I understand, but you put yourself in that
Looks like
position.
we've got a bit of injury in backplay here. That is Samana Halafanua. He's down. I have to make a note of this, J-Ball. Not only are we seeing Andrew Reddy working very well off the 9, they're getting the ball through the hands effortlessly, but we're also seeing a lot of hard straight running rugby from the East players off one another.
Yeah, the running game of East thus far has been what's absolutely killing South. Big guys like Isaac Rodder, Michael Gunn in the midfield are absolutely running these hard unders lines and busting straight through. But then what you're actually finding is the bigger guys, the engine room, your props and your hookers in the 15 channels doing short little passing, and it's getting the guys like Charlie Olsen on the outside. It's absolutely skinning South thus far.
Yeah, it's just the quick passing through the hands. It's providing them, with a bit of a searchlight, and they're just probing for those little gaps that'll give them, an extra couple of metres, and it seems to be paying off. But what isn't is missing your kicks for touch, and that'll be a good responsive kick for exit. It'll see East get a line out just outside the 22, as opposed to one that they might have had closer to the 5.
Yeah, it was a very good kick from Jake Milne. He was a metre from the touchline. He's bananaed it out, and to be 25 metres out in that position is actually a really good result for him, considering.
That's all. Paul, scrum line out. Yeah. We on here, boys. We on here. Scrum. Scrum.
And that's very interesting indeed. Now, in my mind, East have been doing quite well in the scrums today, yet Souths have opted to face them there as opposed to a line-out, James.
Yeah, I mean, a line-out's always 50-50 no matter how you look at it, but so is scrum time, especially a unit like this East Tigers pack. So, interesting. I think they just need it very deep, get quick pill, channel one ball, and just be out with it.
Malua feeds. East putting the nudge on, but they get it out quickly. Another great run there by the captain, Paul Brown.
Take him back. 2 stop, 2.
And that is going to hurt the cause. The Souths giving up a line out inside their own 22.
That's got to sting. He even called it as he passed it out there as well. So
loose forwards
it looks
around
like the wind caught it a bit there, unfortunately.
To the kick, to around the side. Yeah. Black. You just got to react a little bit faster. On you.
And we could be seeing East. They're going to come in here with a bit of set piece, I imagine. They're within striking distance. Fake the front, jump at 3. But that's going to be some great cover defence from Halafanua.
Body on body doesn't constitute.
He's competing.
If he's going for the ball, that one was body on body, okay?
Eyes up and
Scrum long here, right?
Seconds in.
Let's go, Gunny. Bit more talk. Swallow, where are you? Sit.
Mana, watch, Mana.
Crouch. Bind.
Watch winger. Winger behind.
Set.
Big scrum here for East. They're doing very well. They lock it out. And they'll just etch it up.
Ball's out.
The ball's out, called by Jordan Wade. A wild pass. I don't think the backs are ready for it. There's Horomia cleaning it up, and he'll take it into contact himself. Thompson off the back.
Get into it, Brumby. Sit.
He'll find Rodder. Rodder won't get too far.
Watch out, Mana.
Let's go here, Green. Same way.
Andrew Reddy displaying some fantastic passing ability. Finds Kerwin Sunday. Now here's Asiata.
Mucky.
East playing a very fluid game through the hands here.
Last way, red boots.
Anthony Conlon must have a big focus for it. We've got advantage given to East. And the ball's going to roll away. It's in the in goal. But we're going to come back.
Advantage number 8. Last feet, too early.
So very fluid play by East here, J-Ball. They're moving it around from each side of the field in very short periods of time, and it seems to be working.
They're playing a very expansive game in so much as they're really looking for that two pass. So you saw Tyrell Barker pivot and give it to behind the line, but as you can see there, they've just booted that dead, so wasted opportunity.
And that's not the first one this match.
No, not at all. So
Because it's from a penalty, so it's scrum option. Yeah.
So they've gone from a penalty 30 odd metres out to now a south scrum 30 metres
We must
out.
hold down.
That's another one of these errors that East have made that could very well have seen that score be a little bit higher for them.
Yeah,
These overzealous or overzealous kicks looking for a little bit too much. Time will tell.
Well, they've had all the possession, but they're only 7 points up, so it's really not indicative of really where they should be.
Molua feeds. Off the back is Timu. And here's Brown now. Molua sends it out.
Backwards.
Bit of a loose ball. Bueta. Molua sees some space. Steps one, steps two, offloads it. Finds Milne. East, they've stripped. Now they've turned over the ball. Well done. Thompson from the back finds Gunn. Gunn with a long place. Ready.
Technique can't crawl on the ground, you've got a man over the top of you.
Going for a little bit too much, it would seem.
Yeah, man on fire. It looked a bit out there.
That'll be Milne. Looks like he's going to kick for the line. Souths are hunting for 7 points.
And it's really good seeing Jake Milne out there. A couple of years ago, 10 minutes into the first game of the season, 2015 premiership season, he's torn his ACL and been out of the game for 2 years. So it's good to see him out there. Obviously a heavily strapped knee, but it's good to see him sort of directing the game and getting the feel for it again.
They throw it up. Well done there by Milicevic. He'll take it. They go out. Brown looks at his options. Juggles it through the hands of Fruin. Souths hammering their way towards the east try line. Milne throws it wide. Finds Timu. Timu keeps going himself.
Oh, that bit's momentum. Have you got a grounding? Yes. Thank you.
And that'll be a try, the big man. Caleb Timu.
Well played.
Goes across, opts to go himself, and he finds South's first points of the match in the 21st minute. We're going to the double take replay, and we see there Timu barges through. He had the option on the outside in the form of Keegan Sefton, but the big man opted to go at himself, Jay Bohr, and he got over the line.
Yeah, fantastic effort. I think he beat about 6 defenders on the way to the line, about 8 metres out, but there's massive raps on Caleb Timu at the Queensland Reds. Came from the Broncos, obviously a bit of a big signing, got poached over, and I think he had a season-ending injury first training session with them last year, so good to see him playing good footy, and I don't think it's going to be too long before you see him get a good bit of the game time in the Super Rugby arena.
Absolutely, and that'll be Keegan Sefton. He's donning the number 24 jersey. He'll find the sticks, and he'll level it out here. 7 points all. So 2 very different kinds of games are going on here. J-Bor East are doing a fantastic job in moving the ball from side to side, but I'm loving the razzle-dazzle magic that we're seeing from the South's backs, especially when they get to the centres. They've got lots of different players running lots of different lines. What do you think one team's going to have to do to get over the other here today?
I think East line speed needs to get a bit better. They got that intercept try just because they got off the line quickly, but it looks almost as if the amount of attack they've been doing is sort of dulling them in defence, and they need to be coming up quick on Paul Brown and jamming in on the outside runners. But for South, all they need to do is try and shut that two-pass option down. They're getting skinned on the outside, but once they get the ball themselves, Nico Buetta's absolutely chopped up thus far.
Bind. Set. Hold.
Malua feeds. Another big scrum from both sides. Timu from the back links up with Malua again. South working it down the short side here. Buetta. Malua puts in a cheeky little left foot kick from the back of the breakdown. Oh, and that's a fantastic run, but it looks like he has stepped out of the field of play. It's a real shame there for David Yabsley.
Great run though, he tiptoed down there pretty well, but I think he just got a toe on the edge. But this is a great opportunity for South. They need to stick this line out and then roll on from here.
Malua swings it out wide. There we go. Paul Brown looking for his options, very bravely turning his back to the opposition, and Rodder will somehow clean up the pilfered ball. And East now, they're on the counter-attack, coming down the far side. The Tigers, a little bit of kick in play, but it will find the line, but I think we're going to be coming back.
So I'll tell you what I was saying. Arms tackle, late, after he's kicked it, straight at his leg. Yellow card.
Happy. Yep.
Hey.
You can't pull that if you're committed,
So I can understand what you're committed to a tackle. Yeah. You go through with it. I don't need you to. But the issue we've had, he's gone in with no arms, straight at the legs, and he has taken him late. Okay? So, yellow card.
And that is a massive blow to South. Caleb Timu,
here, so we're on the 15.
who's been so influential in this first 25 minutes. From what we heard from Jordan Way, no arms, late tackle. And that's just an instant 10 minutes in the bin.
Yeah, there's no denying it. It's straight up yellow card, especially with obviously the imperative nature with which they're really drilling home, the late hit and all that sort of stuff. So silly error, but they just need to hold out here for the next 10 minutes.
It's a big loss to South there. Two very even forward packs today. Now East have got a bit of an upper hand, but a sloppy offload down to Thompson, but he does well to regather. Rodder at the back. Oh, and a big bump off from Horomia. Rodder barges through a couple himself. From the back it'll be Asiata. He bumps one off himself.
Over him!
No, sit off!
The Tigers.
You've gone off your feet completely.
So aggressive, J-Ball coming down the middle of the field.
Because he's denied the contest.
They're absolutely just barging straight at him. Isaac Rodder's had a blinder thus far, but South here, they can't be giving away these penalties because all they're going to do is just East march down the field. They're going to get drained from defending all the time, and all that's going to happen is they're just going to get exhausted, and then by the time Caleb Timu comes on, they're just going to be absolutely sapped. So they just need to be smart rugby here because they just can't let them get all the way down there with easy points.
And that looks like the safest kick that we've seen for line by the Tigers today.
Thank you.
And it's still an absolutely phenomenal position they find themselves in. Now, Caleb Timu being off the field for 10 minutes is going to have a big impact on this South forward pack. Not only in the lineouts, but more so in the scrums.
You'll see him rolling maul here, or not.
Great little offload there. Finds the number 13. Horomia. There goes Tibbetts. Tibbetts scrambles. Thompson down the short side. Quick hands from Gunn. Finds Sunday.
No hands, Black!
Looks like there's been a quick Little play for the line on the short side, beyond the reach of our cameras.
Sorry? Did you play advantage in for us? If nothing came from that, then yeah.
And that'll be a try for the Tigers on the far side. We go to the double take replay here. And I don't want to say it was just a lapse in concentration, but that's what it looks like. It looks like Souths throwing up everything they had in defence. They just forgot to fill that little 2-foot gap on the other side of the breakdown. And it looks like the Tigers have pounced and found another 5 points, J-Ball.
Well, they were chasing shadows from the get-go. Just like myself, I thought East would have set that maul, driven through 8-on-7. Caleb Timmy, one of your best forwards off the field, they would have done so, but they crashed midfield and they just pushed and exhausted on that far side, and Souths just didn't catch up.
Well, one of the big things that we've seen East do this game, it's like we've already talked about, they're working this ball from side to side, and I think it's making Souths work pretty hard.
Yeah, I think that they're definitely trying to run them off the park. They understand that they're bigger boys. They're going to try and get them more fatigued. They're playing that 2-pass option. And then I think what you're going to see is they're going to start running harder lines and maybe compress it a bit more.
And that'll be conversion unsuccessful here in the 28th minute. East leading Souths 12.7 at Chipsy Wood Oval. And with it being Anzac Day next Tuesday, we did have a phenomenal Anzac service before we began today's match. We do see the poppy in the bottom right corner, and as it is Anzac Day on Tuesday, if you can get around one of the many Anzac Day functions, dawn services and the like, do that.
11.
It's a great cause and commemorates a lot of great men and women. We're back here at Souths, it'll be Mill. Mill kicks it just short of the sideline. Finds Navi. Thompson will get it out from the back. Offloads it to Gunn. It looks like the ball's going to have gone and knocked forward here. You see there, Eric Tiafilo just telling the boys, just calm down. We've got the ball. We're in a good spot. But this will be their first scrum since Timu's left the field, J-Ball, and I'm really interested to see what's going to happen here because I think we're going to see an all-out shove from East.
East are going to chase them hard. They're definitely going to try and put the pressure on. Souths are just going to channel one ball, get that out quickly, and just charge up and just chew down the minutes. There's less than 4 minutes or 5 minutes to go for them to get back on the field. So I reckon they're going to play tight, pick and go, try and actually just get over the advantage line and chew down the clock as much as possible.
Hold!
Malua feeds. He's going to want this ball out quick. He's going to want the ball quick. Comes out from the second row. Milne. Milne goes one-on-one against Navi. Malua from the back. Finds Williamson. Heavy run there from Tiafilo. Souths beginning a grind of their own in pursuit of points.
Tom. High. 6.
Red's promo for Warwick.
Report. High tackle. Okay. It's going to be a penalty. Yep. It's a high tackle. So, will be a penalty one. Saw this.
These feet haven't been going straight there, Joe.
Yeah. I'm happy they're going in the square. Yeah. Okay. I'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, but I'm happy the last couple have been.
And while Jordan Way sorts out what's happening on the pitch, just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that next weekend, 7:45 kickoff, it is the Reds versus the Waratahs. Now, I don't know if you caught what happened last night. The Waratahs didn't come off too well against the Kings, and our wonderful Reds, they triumphed against the Kings a week ago. So it's going to be an absolutely massive encounter. It's the Battle of the States, New South Wales versus Queensland. And I know that most of you're not going to have much to do, so make sure you get yourself over to Suncorp Stadium to cheer on the Reds as they take on our neighbours, the Waratahs. But we're coming back to the field now. It's going to be a penalty against East for a high tackle. And we must be getting pretty close to seeing Mr. Timu coming back to the field, J-Ball.
Yeah, he went off about 25 minutes, so Great
Keep
effort
eyes
just
on
to be down by the one try in this period here. Now actually an opportunity to get some points themselves. So massive effort by South. This is going to be a very crucial part. If they can be on track with East after this 10-minute period, that's an absolutely enormous effort by them.
Ramo throws in. They do well. They find it at the number 4 jumper. East.
That's 1-9.
Strength in numbers. They've got the ball at the back, though. It's coming towards the sideline. South's going to have to work with it. Molalua will pick it out. Finds Brown.
Release now. Tackle.
That'll be another penalty. South, they're attacking with everything they got, and East, they're struggling to find a legal answer. Because that's the second penalty in as many minutes for their defensive efforts.
Going for the line out again. It seems to be working again. They're just trying to chew out the minutes until they can get Caleb Timu back.
They can pick up 5 points in the meantime. That's a bonus.
Very much so.
Arno throws in. Oh, great hands. Halafanua. And at the back, Molalua looks down the short side, and that'll be a try. Sefton going across in the corner. And what phenomenal vision we had from Molalua there, J-Ball.
I was actually just about to comment at the fact that he's taken the ball out of a maul moving forward, yet saw the winger unmarked on the outside and just plugged it right out to him.
And we see here, great hands. It starts with Halafanua up high. South, they're putting the nudge on East. They're trying to push them back into the field. Molalua sees the option. Hits the man out wide. Finds the easy try.
It'd be about 3 maybe. Yeah.
What about 5, 8 today?
With that try, it'll see the scores levelled out at 12 all.
What have we got?
With one very important kick to come.
Mate, he can shoot the lights out as well, Keegan Sefton, so I wouldn't be surprised if he buries this one.
You're backing him as a dead-eyed dick of the kicking world.
Yeah, I'd say that, but I'm definitely going to put the mocker on him. But if they can be up here after this 10-minute period, that's huge. And he shanked it.
Well, regardless, we are into the 33rd minute, and it's 12 all, J-Ball. I don't know about you, but this rivalry that has existed since that 2015 final, I think it's well and truly alive right now. And we're going to have an absolutely massive second half.
They've got a bit of pepper between the two of them, and they're actually going hammer and tongs, so can't wait to see what happens in the remainder.
Oh, and that's a fantastic take. But it looks like we're going to have a penalty.
Not in a position to catch the ball. Not in a position to catch the ball. I haven't seen it. Okay, I haven't seen it. I'm in a position of explaining.
And the hat's got to go off to Jordan Way there.
He's not in a really.
Telling everyone to take a breath.
He takes the man in the air.
And I'll tell you what's what. Milne kicking for the line, but he won't find it on the far side. And here is a absolutely corking run from Tiko Navi. Thompson finds Rodder. Rodder's brought down. East now. Fast attacking ball. Here's the fullback, Yabsley. Oh, and that's a loose ball that Souths are going to clear up. And here comes Sefton. Just wasn't in the bounce.
That was a fantastic turnover from Molalua there. Michael Bates chopped legs and he went straight on there.
Yep.
And it looks like the prodigal son has returned. Caleb Timu back on the field. Just back to a 15 versus 15 competition. We got time off here. We've got some injuries in back play. Injury in back play, I beg your pardon. So what an interesting turn of events that we've seen in the last 15 minutes, J-Boy. Even with the player down, it almost encouraged the South players to lift their game, and I think we've exclusively been inside the East 50 metres for the last 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, they've been down a player and they've had pretty much all possession and territory. And it tends to happen sometimes, though. You lose a player, be it yellow card, injury, whatever it may be, and it tends to galvanise guys pretty well. And it makes you really put in that extra effort. So that's a massive win for South there.
Well, one thing that I think is really helping South and hurting East, it's the penalties conceded, and they've given away a few when they've gotten close to their own line. Reddy throws up. They hit the middle option of Rodder. Charging out. Oromaya.
Run.
And that's not the prettiest of kicks, but it won't find the line. Sefton links up with Molalua. Oh! And Pueda brought down. East now, they've turned the ball over. They're outside their own 22.
Advantage over.
Go with.
Big run here from Tyrone Pritchard. Pritchard drops one. He's got support. East are close. Thompson tries to go himself, but all he's met by is an imposing Tiafilo.
Advantage.
Ready.
Come.
South's putting up an impressive defence. Driving East back centimetres at a time. Thompson from the back. He looks through his options out wide. Finds Yabsley. Links back up with Tibbetts. Tibbetts some fancy footwork. The Tigers, they're trying to look for an in, but Souths aren't giving them many.
Advantage. Tara. An offside advantage on the 15, or a penalty or a high tackle advantage about 5 metres in. 15. Yep, there was an offside, then a high tackle from 25. Scrum.
And a very wise decision for the Tigers here, J-Ball. We're in the last couple of minutes of the first half,
There's nothing in it, but
and they've already proven that scrumming is definitely one of their stronger suits today with a very loaded 8-man pack.
Initial
So do you think we're going to look for the try via the number 8 at the back of the scrum, or do you think they might try a little bit of razzle-dazzle and send it out?
100% forwards. This is it'd be insane not to at least just give them that hard shunt from all 8 blokes. As I said before, they've actually got 4 Queensland Reds in their forward pack. You'd be insane not to try and utilise that to your best ability.
Set.
Oh, and a great scrum from the Tigers. The ball, it's at the back at the feet of Pritchard, but the ball will come out. Pritchard fires off a little flick pass to find Thompson. There's no halfback. There's Isaac Rodder.
First man on the ball.
And an absolutely crucial strip, but it's a loose ball, and there's Asiata! And that'll be a try. And that was a very fast couple of plays there. I think the ball changed hands 2 or 3 times. But the big man, Richie Asiata, finds the ball. And we see here, it started not the best scrum for them. Pritchard offloads it to Thompson. They were down a halfback. Here comes Rodder. Rodder was on his own. And a very, very good strip of the ball there by Halofuna. But then when he came down, a bit of a loose ball, knocks forward. Richie Asiata's in the right place at the right time. Comes around right next to the post.
Oh, it's so good seeing a prop getting in the open space like that. He only ran 3 metres, but he'll tell you it was 50 after the game. And he could bring a tear to a glass eye, that sort of stuff.
Conversion successful by Charlie Olsen, wearing the number 14, and we are going to go to half-time here. East taking a very important 19-12 lead over South as they go into half-time. Absolutely massive, J-Ball. And we're going to have a look at some of those statistics from the first half now as they come up on screen. And obviously score 19 points to 12. The tackle. Souths have been so heavy on those tackles today, 44-27, and you can probably attribute that to the fact that East are running a lot of ball and they're making them work pretty hard.
Huge, yeah. a huge amount of tackles they've made thus far, almost double what they've been doing there for East. And as you said, that's as a result of the fact that East are really looking to shift it there. But one of the biggest things is the possession in my eyes, 55 to 45 to South and East respectively. And at one stage, East was actually up over 70% of possession there, and they've evened that back out, even with a guy in the bin for 10 minutes.
Absolutely, and we have a look there also. The territory's been about even, and I really think this game has come down. I think what's really hindered, potentially East being a bit further ahead, maybe with those two overzealous kicks that we saw from very well-placed penalties that they did receive at the hands of South's errors. So I think both teams came out very, very fiery in the beginning, and both teams dialed it back a bit. They started playing their game, cooling it down, and that's why we're seeing it's such a close competition here. And it is half-time, and we are going to leave you for a few moments here, but don't go anywhere. We're going to be back momentarily with the second half. It's East ahead, 19 points to 12 against South here at Chipsy Wood. Don't go anywhere.
I love club rugby. It was something that I as you know, I grew up in. I came out to Ballymore and all the club grounds as a young kid, watching Dad play, and then continuing on with that once I started playing my own club rugby. It's an important part of the development of football players. They need to be playing football games. And Isaac Rodder's a prime example of the opportunity for him to get back and play club rugby this weekend's important, because over the last month he's had a mixed bag, hasn't he? Missed a game through concussion. He then hurt his ankle in the first half against the Jaguars, then missed another game with his bump on his shoulder. So the opportunity to go back and play rugby and get that into him before the Waratahs game's really important.
I just think more of a physical player this year. You got the pre-season with Thorny and Stylesy, obviously. It was really good. Their drills and stuff really helped me develop as a player and showed me how to get more mentally tough and physical on the field. It's going to be unreal. I can't wait to get back and play for my mates down there. It's been a while. It should be really good to get down there. It's always been a tough game when we go over and play South at South. We've always had a really big battle there, and there's a lot of, it's just really good.
And we are here. It's about to go out of half time. It's been a massive first half. My name's Martin Lippitt, and joining me in the commentary box is J-Ball Staunton. J-Ball, welcome to the second half.
Cheers, Marty. Absolutely pumped for it.
So one of the big things that's going on this season for QPR, we are streaming 2 matches every week. And as much as we love bringing you South hosting East here for our grand final 2015 rematch, we are also streaming. It's Jeeps' first home game over at Yockey Road against the West Bulldogs. And I heard it's been mixed wins and losses across the park for both teams over at Yockey Road. So if you want to jump onto that one, go via www.redsrugby.com.au. And it looks like Jordan Way is making his way out onto the field right now and about to blow the whistle for the start of the second half, where South narrowly trailing East, 12 points to 19, J-Ball. Been an absolutely cracking first half there. And what do you think some of the messages that might have been going to both teams at halftime were?
I think for the guys at East, it would have just been a lot of the same, but I think they would have just spoken about trying to get that primary support up. So they had about 5 or 6 turnovers in that first half. They're playing expansive, but there are times where they're isolated. So I think that would have been one of the main ones. But for South, it would have just been, we need to shore up the defence. They're just getting skinned on the outside a bit, so they just need to make sure they're making those first up tackles, and they should be sweet.
Good to go.
It'll be Jake Milne for the restart. Milne is going to go deep and far inside the 22. Here comes Navi. From the back, it's Thompson. Finds Gunn.
Off 2.
Tigers have got options both sides. There's Reddy. Reddy sees some space, goes himself. Loose ball, though, will be regathered.
Oh, sorry. First off, blue. Yeah, sorry. First off blue. Why'd you stop there? First off blue, then blue one play.
You know, it was a fantastic run by Reddy, but just that ball security wasn't up that time.
No, it's good to see, though. They're getting the front rows in open space, which is glorious. It's absolutely beautiful. But, again, as you said, that handling and that primary support is really where they're hamstringing themselves a little bit. So if they can try and knock the majority of those into the hands, they should be sweet.
The running game is good, but you need the support to back it up.
100%. It's completely null and void if it's not followed up correctly.
South from the back. Molalua finds Milne. Brown. Stray pass that is cleaned up by Teller. They're going to look out the far side again. There's Milne putting in a little bit of a kick over the top of the defenders, but he'll find the line just before the 50-metre line.
You can see they're really trying to get the pill out there to Keegan Sefton's wing. He's absolutely lightning, and I think in the first round or second round of the season he scored that insanely good individual try, but you can see they're really trying to pinpoint him one-on-one with his outside winger and then trying to skin him from there.
Reddy does well, finds Gunn. Thompson from the back. Some fancy footwork there from Logan Tibbetts. But it'll be a penalty against South, not releasing.
Take your time, Abs. Take your time. Shout, go boys.
It looked like he actually dragged him up the field there. It was a bit strange to see. It looked like he was just floating upfield, but yeah, Halafanua just held on to the boot and dragged him upfield 5 or 6 metres.
Good kick there from Yabsley. He'll find touch just before the South 20-metre line. 22, I beg your pardon. Now, ready again.
Burnage.
It'll be a knock on from South during the line out.
We're getting the scrum, G. We're getting it. It's Sean Rock.
Looks like Isaac Rodder has left at half-time. It looks like Mitch Schneider has taken to the field in the row. Great first half there from Isaac Rodder. Be interesting to see, Jay Bohr, if it has any impacts on our scrum situation.
Well, I mean, he's a fantastic player. He's Isaac Rodder, so you're definitely going to be losing something, but their set piece is spot on, so they should be sweet.
Billy Thompson feeds. Another great scrum from the Tigers. Tibbetts swings it out wide. Finds Horomaya. Horomaya.
Tackle!
Called tackle. He's gone to ground. The Tigers working fast and hard on the short side. Thompson from the back. Finds Reddy. Reddy barrels into contact. They're going to keep working their way down. They're going to look. There's some fancy footwork from Yabsley. Tigers
Of the foot.
within 10 metres, but they've lost the ball. South now. Big task of working it out of their half. Molalua. A loose pass. South down the far side. There is Timu. We had a good first half. But that'll be a penalty.
Hey. Can't go. On or behind the mark. Yeah.
Good work, Reddy.
Great turnover by Andrew Reddy there, just strong base. He had two Blakes on him, but he was just too strong over the pill, and that's where he's strongest, is around the park. He's not the biggest hooker, but he's very, very elusive, and he's just great on the pill and in that open space there.
What?
You know, one thing that's interesting for me that I'm noticing after the first half is South have come out. I'm not feeling that intensity that they had in the back end of the first half. They've kind of let East creep in this opening 5 minutes, and now they're knocking right on the door. And East, good line out. They're not going to look for the driving ball. They're going to send it out wide. It's a heavy hitting run there by Horomaya.
10. You've
And
rolled
that's a
into
penalty against Milne for not rolling away.
You've rolled into the arriving man, and that's why your player's on the ball.
Out there on the paddock today, it is Jordan Way refereeing. One of the household names here for the Queensland Premier Rugby competition.
We're going short of the line, Ty. You on the line?
It looks like the Tigers, they're going to look for the line. They're going to go the line out option once more.
Eyes on the front, please, Junk. Eyes on the front.
This is huge from the Tigers. They're definitely backing themselves to be able to drive through here, but last line out was actually a bit dusty, and South's got the man up there, so they're really going to have to be spot on here.
East go downtown to the 15-metre line. They're going to engage the driving maul. It's in the hands of Gunn. Gunn's going to offload it. It's going to work its way to the back.
That's one side.
Reddy's there. He's looking for it. Advantage to East. South's pulling down the maul.
7. You can get on the ball, can't collapse.
Penalty against Alai Fanua. It's going to be a quick start here by Thompson. The Tigers looking to claw their way over once more. Advantage again.
The issues there is stepping over the ruck. Offside. All right. Okay. Now 2 quick ones. Yeah. I need you to have a chat to the boys. Right. Okay.
So Jordan Way there, J-Ball, just letting Paul Brown know, you've had 2 quick ones while you're trying to defend your line, go talk to your boys. So if they let more of these little ones slip away, we might see another person heading to the bin.
And you're going to see EC go for the scrum. Tyrell Barker, very experienced. He knows that he's just had a word to him. He knows if they can get another penalty or 2 in this red zone, there's going to be another piece of cheese shown, and someone from South is going to be riding pine for 10 minutes. So very smart. He could have easily taken the points, taken the line out, but he knows that if he can put pressure on here at the scrum and get a penalty or 2, they're going to be a man up for 10 minutes.
Go, Mac, boy, straight through it. Seconds in.
I'll be the judge.
Here come East squaring up again against South.
Let's go, Richie. I got you here.
Set. Crouch.
It's been a good battle, but East are just ahead for the wins and metres gained in the scrums today.
Squeeze. Squeeze.
Quick ball, East lock out. They're going to find their legs.
You're not going anywhere.
Jordan Ways told him to use it.
Ball's out.
And the ball was out. That's some great counter work from South. Coming down the short side, Malalua. Malalua somehow gets the pass out.
The ball's out.
I don't think anyone's told South that.
If your 8 just touches and steps to the side of it, I'll keep it on it, yeah. But
And that was absolutely crucial. And East were doing the right thing. But South, the Lucies and the halfback all got involved there, J-Ball, and they spoiled that East scrum.
Yeah, it was very smart from the blind side. Saw it was out straight away, balled out, shot through, put pressure on Billy Thompson. Then it was just a quick breakout from the South guys there. Unfortunately, it was a forward pass, but they're a team that can get a turnover and 3 or 4 passes later, they're down the other end of the field. So.
The Magpies are swooping here at Chipsy J-Ball.
bind, set.
Thompson, once again, feeds. Tigers have got it to back. Thompson's had enough. He's going to flick it out. Bit of a loopy pass, but they've got options left, right, and centre.
Let's go, same way.
There's Gunn.
Same way.
No hands!
South looking to counter-ruck and try steal the ball again. Ready from the back. He'll look to go himself, but he is obliterated back by the South's defence. South squaring up. And that will be a knock-on. Great work there from the South's defence, J-Ball.
Yeah, Michael Bass put on, it looked like two shots in a row where he actually just went head first and just absolutely smashed him. So smart rugby and pretty sloppy from Tigers, if you're being brutally honest. It's not the sort of football they typically play, but it looked like, you know, they were pushing him back into the mud, they were getting him back into the ruck, and then it really frazzled him a bit.
Well, we haven't seen that running game that featured so heavily in the first half for them. That very fluid moving through the hands. They were playing a very specific kind of game. We haven't seen that yet in the second half. So I'm waiting to see if they can bring that one back out of the closet, because if they don't, it looks like South are starting to get the upper hand in this second half.
Yeah, they'd want to hope so that they can start playing that 2-pass second phase rugby, because it's just going to play into South's hands. They're bigger boys. If you come in and play tight with them, they're just going to smash you.
Set.
Malua feeds. It's at Timu's feet. Malua goes down the open side, puts in a kick of his own. He sees a bit of space. The ball's going to roll away, and that is a fantastic option and kick for touch, J-Ball.
Scott Malalua again, he's running this game. He's been probably the best on the field thus far. He's just dictating how the guys go, crucial turnovers, kicks when he needs to, and there's a reason why he was one of the best in the premiership winning team a couple of years ago.
Get him up, Mikey. Get him up. Where's Mikey?
So ready or square up now. Another Tigers line out. Just past their 40-metre line. Oh, and the Tigers spilt the milk once again. Now Souths, they're inside Tigers territory for what might be one of the first times in this half table.
Yeah, it's very sloppy from East and Souths. They need to capitalise. This is their bread and butter. They want to smash you, they want to get in your face, they want to frazzle you a bit, and then all they're going to do is just hopefully get inside your head and they'll capitalise. It's almost like the more they can get in your head and the worse you play, the better they play. They feed off it. They feed off your misery, essentially.
Crouch. Bind.
We see here East
Set.
clearly a lot more possession, 64-36 over the Magpies, but they just haven't been working as hard, and we can see it there in the territory, that they're not getting as much territory as they've had possession. So South's doing great work there defensively. Coming down the short side, that'll be number 22, Katoa. Paula Katoa on for South. Looks like there's been some substitutions happening. There's Timu. Timu will barrel through a couple himself. Molalua goes behind, finds Mill. Brown floats one out, and they're linking up very well here, the South's backs.
Knock on. As you're picking it up, knock on. Little one on the ground.
And we can see there, South nearly got caught out. They didn't have the players following through to support at the breakdown, and they almost lost a ball, but they'll force the knock on. And East have now got the ball back, but they're inside their own 40-metre line, so they're going to have a bit of work to do.
Yeah, again, it was just like East in the first half. They played expansive, but just primary support wasn't there. And the sheer number of tackles that South had to make compared to East, you're going to get drained. So when you do have the opportunity, you can see there 54 tackles to 35. A massive difference. 54 tackles in 54 minutes of footy is a huge number to rack up, especially against a good team like East who are playing on the fringes. So they're going to be blowing hard, and it was evidenced there by the fact that the support just wasn't there quick enough.
One thing I'm noticing is it looks like South, they're getting some fresh legs on the field. We haven't seen too much in the way of that for the East side, Jay.
No, they tend to try and play as long as they possibly can, sort of the first 3 quarters. So I reckon in 5 minutes you'll start to see a few blokes come on.
Oh, and that's some fancy footwork once again from David Yabsley. Thompson from the back. Finds Timmets. Timmets, some very slick footwork. Will find space. Oh, and that's loose ball from the side. Great work. Here comes Souths. Good run from Dinnan. Molalua bullets it out. Finds Milne. Milne, not the cleanest of passes, but Teller does well to pick it up. Souths now. This is the most dangerous they've looked thus far. Molalua finds a charging Gotti. Malalua's firing them out to the players. Dinnan again.
Use it.
And Schneider trying to put a bit of pressure on, but that'll be a drop ball by Base. It'll really hurt. It was a great little passage of play there from the Magpies. It got them to within striking distance of that Tigers try line, Jay. That just wasn't enough. They fumbled right on the 22.
Yeah, just a bit of a loose carry. You can see there, 9 handling errors to 4. I think that was about 5-4, or about pretty much even in that after that first half. But they're just squandering possession. You could see Malalua was calling them in, trying to get it close, trying to bash 2 or 3 faces, then open up the outside channels. But literally first hit up off that ruck, and they've just spilled it. So it's an absolute coach killer to be able to see that.
On the deck now, Tyrell Barker, the captain. He's not Tyrell Barker, I beg your pardon. Declan Dinnan, the South. Might have got winded, it looks like. Jordan Way out there on the pitch this afternoon. We've got about 25 minutes remaining in the second half, Jay. There's only 7 points of difference, and I think we're starting to see fatigue take its toll on both these teams.
Yeah, I think we just spoke about it before. There haven't been too many subs for the Tigers, but the Magpies are bigger boys. They know they've got to rotate. Michael Bass is still on the field, and he's the biggest bloke by a country mile, which is huge. Monumental effort by him. But I think you'll see East have really rated their pre-season. They've got new facilities, new training program, and they really rate how well their fitness is going. And it's evidenced by the fact that they haven't made a single sub as yet, except for Mitch Snyder for Isaac Rodder.
Set. Crouch.
Mikey.
Bind. Set.
Quick ball in. By from the back there again. Now they've got the ball. They come out. There's options left, right. Gotti from Buel himself into the play. Milne. Tiafilo kick. There's the bounce tackle. That will be a try. Massive. And Keegan's J-ball has been for
huge. You can see this platform at Navi T up on his wing here. Fantastic effort to get down in the corner. Top point scorers this season. He's got 2 tries, all just from a small sniff.
And now, like a real gentleman, he's going to try and convert his own try. And they're leaving up the scores. Sefton. Flags are up. It's 19 points all. We've got ourselves a rugby match. As we go into the 60th minute, we've got 20 minutes left, J-Ball. So we're going to need to see someone really lift here and try and move away. And I have to say, South have been the aggressor in this second half.
They did it. They did it in the first half. They're doing it again now. You said it at the start of this half. They seem a bit flat, but they did it in the first half. They were getting on. East were getting on top of them, and then they roll into the game, and now they're really putting the pressure on the Tigers.
10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. Kick.
Mill didn't really have any line exit options. Kicks it down the middle. And the Tigers now, here they go. Working it through the hands. Romano getting battered off there as he tried to tackle. Coming down the far side. Here's Asiata. Sunday offloads it. Finds Pritchard. Little cheeky inside pass to Reddy. It'll go missing.
He's run from behind him though.
And it's this very aggressive defence from South's J-Ball, really putting the pressure on Tigers, and they keep losing the ball like that.
Bruce Williamson, the man, he's an absolute ghost. You'd never see him doing anything, but he's always one of the best on the field. Does the hard graft, and he's put an absolute special on Reddy there, turned it over, and now you see South, they just got around him in a massive way. They're the bum taps that you want to see from your supporting players.
Going hungry here, boys. Let's go, boys.
So big scrum for both sides here.
Crouch.
Less than 20 minutes left, and it's tied up 19 points all.
Set.
Let's go.
Malua. East try putting the nudge on. South are going to get the ball out quickly. There's a good run from Gotti. Oh, and here is another run from Halafanua. South's rolling through, but we're going to have a penalty. Not releasing the ball.
That is a huge turnover from Billy Thompson. And Michael Gunn's taking the quick tap.
Not wasting any time here.
21 out.
The Tigers.
When I've called him out, he's gone out. When I've called him out, he's gone out.
That's some great pressure there from Jarvis Gotti.
He's got 9 on his back. He's the smallest guy in the field.
Build bases.
Yeah, there, Andrew Reddy offering some free advice there for Jordan Way, but it looks like it went upon deaf ears.
Well, he was talking about Billy Thompson being one of the smallest blokes in the field. I mean, he's probably, 65 kilos ringing wet, but he's an absolute mad dog. He's been fantastic today. He's picking and going. He's taking darts. He's controlling this game. Both him and Malalua have been the two best players directing both their teams, and it's been even, 19 points all, and you can see that's just as a result of these two guys going at it.
Malalua feeds in. Out quick. Souths hold their ground. Milne puts in a cheeky kick. Oh, and that's some fantastic rugby. A little flick pass out to the side. That'll be Katoa. Katoa will go over. Blinking, you'd miss it. I think we're going to have to see a replay of what just transpired.
Yeah, I've sort of got no idea.
Coming back to the double take replay here, and starts with a solid scrum from South. Milne puts in a kick, running onto the ball heavy. It's Takiri. Takiri magically flicks it out, finds the support player, Katoa. Fresh legs on the field. Second half, 5 points, if you please.
As you said, there's the fresh legs. There's the two new players. They dribble it through. Two fresh players.
What time?
And the guys like Billy Thompson, who've been
23?
absolutely playing out of their skin, didn't have the legs to get there.
But how about Jake Milne? This is not the first time this game. He is sniping these kicks through the most narrow of channels, and he has got the full support of his centres, of his out wide wingers, his fullback. They're all hungry. They're all looking for the ball and that opportunity. And that'll be flags up, and Souths now pulling ahead 26 points to 19 in the 64th minute here at Chipseywood. So I think the real danger man here, J-Ball, it's Milne. Milne is putting in just these very tactical kicks. He's picking up the fact East don't have fresh legs on. There is heaps of opportunity there to take advantage of it. Put the kicks through, start running your hearts out, guys. We can come away with a win here.
Exactly. You don't usually see a grubber 40 metres from your own try line, so he's starting to see that this is where South can get up. They're starting to blow, but they've got the fresh legs on for the final 15, so they need to utilise that.
It's a bold move, Cotton. It's a bold move.
Hey, buddy. Get up, Bruiser. What's the numbers?
6. How many numbers?
What's the numbers?
We see here, South have found their second win here in the second half. Energetic to line up against this East line out. Ready with the ball in hands. Oh, and that'll be a steal. Great work from Jarvis Gotti. Milne. Milne assesses it, sends it out wide. Here's the danger man, Takiri. Look at him. Dropping defenders left, right, and centre. Here's Tiafilo. Big man's had a phenomenal 65 minutes. Malalua, he wants a bit of the kicking game, but I think he might have just been a tad too aggressive, and he'll kick it out in the full outside his 22. I don't know about you, J-Ball, but I've gotten a bit riled up from this heated play.
Yeah, it's going off out there. Tiafilo's, 66 minutes in, and he's still running hard and still looking to put his hand up to bash blokes. So, shows the intent he's got. He's got the second win, and he's just looking to get stuck right in.
He is ready. Oh, and they nearly got another one. Thompson, another wild pass out wide. Hammering run from Horimiah.
No, 7.
Thompson from the back. Goes down at the far side. There's Schneider. They're going to keep working it down the far side. They want to try suck in as many defenders as they can. Thompson. Schneider. Loose pass. South. Tiafilo says, I don't want it. Oh, but that's an intercept there by Horimiah. Horimiah. He's got limited options. Links up with Sunday. Thompson from the back. There's Asiata. Oh, and another loose ball here, but it looks like
you've got to earn that. You can't be getting driven out and then kick. Hold it.
And some fair refereeing there from Jordan Waite, saying you got to earn it. And as he was being driven out, you see here how fast this ball is changing hands. And I think shame on South there if they just wanted to hold, maybe held onto the ball and maybe took it into contact instead of trying to avoid it and look for the option out wide. They might still have the possession right now.
Yeah, just got fumbled a bit there, Bruce Williamson. He had his back to the defence, and Horamiah was the guy that got the intercept to open the scoring in this game, and he was the guy there, Johnny on the spot again. He does that a lot, so you really can't turn your back on him like Bruce Williamson did there.
Here we go. East, a critical line out. Success could mean levelling out the scores. Failure could mean South potentially running away. Ready. Goes deep on the 15. They're not going to waste time in the line out. Sending it out wide. Horamiah, inside ball. Finds Fruin. Thompson finds Gunn. Gunn monstered to the deck. The Tigers beginning the grind, looking for the chink in the armour. That's a great run from Asiata. He'll get a couple of metres. Thompson.
6 entry.
Entry from the side from the number 6 of South. Williamson. The Tigers, they're looking dangerous. Oh, that'll be an intercept, but we're going to come back for the penalty.
6.
None other than Keegan Sefton. He thought he was away.
Who's captain now? You captain now? So, we've got 6 here. Who's coming in front of the rock? Okay, so he's coming from an offside position. 6. Yeah, you can't come in from in front of the rocks. Okay, you got to come around last week. Okay.
If they're held, how many times do they roll in then?
I was content it was in momentum.
Also momentum.
Yeah. The issue now.
But if contact's being made and they keep rolling, but
if they go past you, then we'll do something. They
hold
on, I've got time off. Haven't started. The issue's now. Last time we were down here, we had 2 in a row, and we had a warning. This is the first time down back here. We've had a penalty earlier, and then we have another penalty now in the red zone. Okay, so I need you to get the message through to the boys. We can't be giving away penalties in this position. Okay. But no, you can't kick it last 2 or time off. Yeah, 6 entry.
Let's go, work, boys, work off the ball. Get around. Follow, get around, follow.
Ready. Hits the high ball.
7 out, last feet.
East, they're going to look for the driving maul. They haven't done it in a while. Both teams being cautious, but at the back there. And that'll be a try. Textbook off the back. And Reddy will get important points here. And I think Reddy definitely showed a bit of his experience there. I think he settled everyone down. He looked around at Billy Thomas. He said, no, we're going to do this. We're within striking distance. And we'll see it here in the replay. Very tactical.
11.5,
Reddy does well, throws it high, finds the safe hands of the captain, Tyrell Barker, gets himself in at the back, waits till that ball gets shuffled to him, and they put the nudge on, and then all he has to do is hit the deck. 5 points. So I think that is the first time in probably the last 15, 20 minutes we've seen some very cool-headed, sensible play that is going to get them points.
Very smart rugby, exactly. They just play the numbers, the high percentage play, set that maul, and then as it splintered off, you saw they still had a 6-man long setup, and it was simple. Ready at the back, just rolled straight over.
But that's one thing I feel this game both teams have gravitated away from. We haven't seen too much in the way of those driving mauls off lineouts within 5 metres for both teams.
Which is strange. I mean, the last match of the round we had was Uni and Jeeps, and that was all forwards work. These guys are really deviating from that.
And here, Jordan Way calling across. There's 10 minutes left, Jay Bohr, and it's 26 points all. We're back to a 0-0 game. And it really makes me wonder now, are we going to see some fresh legs hitting the paddock for the Tigers, because we've seen the impact that they've had with Souths?
Yeah, that's what got Souths back in this game. They've made a few subs now, and now they're back in the game. It's got to be tactical, and I think you will start to see some blokes come on the field.
Great catch there from Horamiah. And from the back, that'll be Tibbetts. They let the ball bounce. 1-2. And here comes a big run from Jarvis Gotti in the number 21 jersey.
Knock on.
Moalua. Oh, there's another big player who's taken to the paddock. Michael Bass. South. Penalty against the Tigers for not rolling away. Crowd's really starting to get involved here. And Mr. Milne, Jake Milne's had a massive game. They've been instrumental. And it looks like we're going to see a bit of tactics here now. Not since the 2014 Premier Grade final have you seen kicks of this size when Tom Pincus slotted that one for Sunnybank. With this distance, this is a big kick. That's going to be knocking nearly on 45 metres to the post.
Yeah, you're good there.
And with 8 minutes to go, I'm not understanding why they're not looking for the line. I guess, you know, they can take the 3 points, but then it kind of keeps East within striking distance.
Exactly. It's a huge call, especially considering that all game there have been great opportunities from both sides to take the points, yet they can see here, chew down the clock, get this kick, if at the very least, bury it deep, get a 22 dropout.
Has he got the legs? Strikes hard, but it'll go short. Now, I just don't know if that was the best course of action for the Magpies. South now, they've got the ball. Running it down, here is Gotti. And Gotti hit high there by Barker. He gets up, he's all right though. Advantage to the Magpies.
Thank you.
Milne, another one of those sniper kicks.
Advantage. 4.
Now, what do you think they're going to do?
I have no idea. I was just about to say, it's pretty much the same place. Do you reckon they'll try and do it again? Looked like the last kick only just missed, so...
Now, put me back in, coach. I've got this one this time.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him go for it again, and Sefton's got the pill, so you assume he's going for it. He backs himself.
Sure.
He's going to go again. Almost metre for metre, the same kick that we saw about a minute ago. But maybe between now and then he's had some spinach. Get some more grunt in that kick. Because he just fell a little bit short.
He's only a skinny bloke. He seems to get under it pretty well, though.
Yeah, I think at this range he needs to get through it. Sefton. Strikes. And it looks like he'll fall short again. Credit where credit's due. The clock is wound down, but with 26 points all, short kicks aren't going to put points on the table. And this...
It's on this scrum.
And this could be very dangerous for the Magpies now.
Go for the quick scrum.
We're on now, we're on.
So, just on 5 minutes remaining in this half, J-Ball, we're sitting pretty much in the middle of the field with a scrum to go that's been pretty level for most of the game. I don't know which way it's going to go.
I think you're going to they'll try and get Kerwin Sanday's side up. He's the bigger of the props. He'll try and turn up on that 3 angle there, and then obviously open it up a bit for the Lucy's and Billy Thompson to try and dart quickly and punch through the middle.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Another impressive scrum from both sides. Thompson feeds. Ball stalls. Ball's out. Tibbetts. Tibbetts doesn't waste a beat. Kicks it down. Difficult kick, but it's taken well by Teller. Teller will hold on. Tigers are going to try flood it, and that'll be the ball going out.
You can't go around.
That'll be a penalty against the number 13 there, Horomaya. Improper driving technique into the ruck. And Milne takes the kick for line, and it'll be a Souths line out inside the East 40-metre line. And for these players out there, Jabor, it must be dog years. The last 5 minutes has been just ups and downs from each end of the field.
This next 3.5 minutes is going to feel like 3.5 years for these blokes, but they need to switch on and they need to be clinical here at set piece to be able to set a platform for the backs.
Oh, and that'll be East pilfering the line out. A lot of tired bodies out there. They're going to go backwards. They'll have no halfback. Thompson gets taken down. 3 minutes left. All they need is 1 point because time isn't on their side, and this will be a very, very important kick for Touch here, Jay, where he really needs to find the line, find it well, because at least Tigers can try to push themselves, grind themselves to within potential field goal.
Yeah, well, look, they've got a line out pretty much on halfway. You couldn't ask for a better position to be able to set a platform. 2.5 minutes to go of this game. Plenty of time if you can hold on to the pill and work upfield.
Ready. Brilliant accuracy. Finds the man on the 15. Here come the Tigers. Showing a little bit of vinegar, but that is a great hit from Paula Katau. And that's called a maul. Tigers need to do something with it. South, they've stripped it out. Molalua goes to the short side. Good run from Takiri. Molalua again down the short side. Offloads it to the fullback, Guetta. East, they're not putting in too many into the counter-rucking efforts. They want to keep their defenders available. All right, Fanua there. Molalua finds Milne. Milne floats one out wide. Finds Takiri. Takiri, a big dummy and a pirouette, takes 3 defenders to bring him down.
Use it.
Molalua pulls it out. South. Patience. Driving their way closer to the Tigers line. Oh, and that's Andrew ready. But South are holding on. Here's another big run from Base. And Base scuttles his way over the 22. Molalua goes to the back, finds Mill for the field goal. And that, if you don't like that, you do not like rugby.
And he's drilled it.
Milne, kicking masterclass. He might have been not here for 2 years, but my word has he come back with a vengeance.
Looks like the knee's holding up pretty bloody well, actually.
Short and sweet goes the kick. Souths have just got to hold on to it, and they'll maintain their lead and win the match. Molalua hits Timu. Molalua takes all the time in the world at the back. He gets told to use it. They're going to pick and drive. The Tigers. There's still hope here. That's a loose ball. And this is absolutely monumental. A penalty.
Tom? Yep. We've got time. It's full time.
It's full time, Jabor.
Yeah, penalty.
It's a tie if we get it in there. Is it a 3 point? Yeah. Ready?
Just a bit of clarification on point scoring out there.
Let's go, yeah, let's go.
Sorry?
They're going for it. Fantastic. There was discussion there as to whether or not they should take the points. good to see that they're playing proactive footy. You can get a bonus point, get 2 points for a draw, but you can get 5 points for a win.
Couldn't ask for a better conclusion to a match. It's in the hands of Reddy now. Tigers, they go up, safe at the back. They want the win. Here they go, picking and driving their way towards the line. And that's another penalty. And that will be the stunning conclusion. And South, Milne, the boot. I'm trying to remember that episode of The Simpsons where the kicker's leg falls off and they use it as a drinking vessel and Dr. Hibbert says they'll stitch it back on tomorrow. That is the gravity of what has just transpired, and such a close match came down to an in-play field goal that propelled Souths up by 3 points. The Tigers remained valiant until the end. They were looking for the win. They could have taken the draw, but true courage there, even in defeat.
Exactly. That game could have gone either way. I don't think the Tigers can be too upset with it, but I know for a fact South are going to be feeling that they've got their season back on track, and in an absolute barn burner of a match. That was an absolute ripper.
And we're going to have a look at our final set of statistics. Obviously the big one, points 29-26, South securing a great win here at home for our Anzac Day match of the round. Tackle count, huge from South, J-Ball, 82 tackles to 52 with only, under 10% miss rate. That's huge.
That's absolutely massive. That's what won on the game today. Is they were making breaks. The East team were making breaks, but they were making their chop tackles. They were bringing them down quickly. They were making their covering defence tackles really well. And the thing there as well, from both sides, the turnovers. Both teams tackled themselves to a standstill. It's an absolute standstill.
Yeah, and we're going to go further more on that. We look at the territory and the possession. East had majority of the ball. They got it from the majority of the penalties that Souths gave away during the game and just their flowing aggressive style of attack. But even with that lower possession and territory, Souths held on and they just kept grinding. Bit questionable, those two penalty conversion attempts by Keegan Sefton. Maybe it was all part of the plan. Maybe it was part of the plan to wear down the clock and someone had phenomenal foresight and they could see what was going to go down. But Milne needs an insurance contract on that kick of his, because as we're going to see now in some of the replays from today's match, it has been absolutely vital. And we look at the double take replay. Great lineouts from South, and that was a really popular play for them today, J-Ball, but in this case it didn't come to fruition. This were the first points of the match that went to Horamiah. And we see there just an absolute gutsy effort from Caleb Timu to score in the corner.
Yeah, massive effort from Caleb Timu there. He's obviously had to fight off a half a dozen guys to get there. But this is where we saw East. We thought they were going to drive a line out, but they actually played to the midfield and worked it wide. But this here is from South. They do the opposite. They actually set them all, but you can see Keegan Sefton here sniffing, and then here it is. He calls it. Scott Malalua gets it, pins it right to him. Easy.
Doesn't drop a bead of sweat in that one. And we see here, and this was another great example of the Tigers. They did well. It was a bit of sloppy play off the back of the scrum. Didn't go quite their way. And we see that the ball came out wide here. And it was going to be a very sneaky prop. It was the name of Kerwin Sunday. Did so very well. Picks up the ball. And then also Asiata gets involved to find the try. And here was a man that I thought had a phenomenal game. It was the number 25. It was Eric Tiafilo on for the majority of the game. And if it wasn't for his actions, we wouldn't see phenomenal plays like this be possible, where another great kick from Milne found Sefton out wide and it got them some very important points in the corner.
Yeah, very much so. That's exactly how they worked on it. But then here, this is where you can see the grubber ball. And it looks like, I think it was Levi Almur actually picked it up, flicks it out the back. And then Paula Katoa, the sub, comes on, pins his ears back and gets it.
And we see South really active down below, and this was a very narrow miss here for the Tigers. He thought he was away. It was Horamiah again, just such an enforcing player from the centres in the East attack today. and he just couldn't quite close that one. And Andrew Reddy had a phenomenal game. We can see him feeding the line out here as the Tigers went for this fantastic driving maul try off the back of the line out, and Andrew Reddy just hitting out the back. 3, 2, 1, and there's your line. We've gotten the word just now, the number 24. It'll be none other than Keegan Sefton. He has been named our man of the match, and we see here, this was the final nail in the Tigers' coffin. Or you could say the final pin in their cage, by Mr. Milne finding the field goal about 35 metres out from the post. Did exceptionally well under pressure. Now, round 6. We're past Easter. We've got a couple of annoying public holidays coming up, but let's talk round 6. So we've got Bond University against East down at Bond. We've got Brothers and UQ. That's a grand final rematch from last year. The Brethren, I'll be interested to see how they went today, but that's going to be over at Crosby Road. It looks like another home game for Jeeps taking on Norths, and West hosting at their phenomenal new facility against our winners here today, Souths. And all is well in Queensland Premier Rugby land. And Jabor, from everyone here, I'd like to say thank you very much for joining me again this week.
No, it was great to be here. It was great to call such a good game.
An absolute nail biter. So, remember, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be back next week. Once again, we are going to have 2 live streams playing. And also, following the live streams, if you're not down at the ground watching them, make sure you can get onto a live stream. Get yourself over to Suncorp Stadium, because the Queensland Reds are going to be taking on the Waratahs. They've had a great lead up to it. Waratahs, not so much. So get around your Queensland Reds. Get down there. Be part of the support train. My name is Martin Lippitt. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you all again next week.